Hi everybody, welcome to EduTab and also welcome to the ARD Current Affairs series going on for the NABARD Grade A 2026 exam, where we cover all the news weekly, and in that we cover such news that can help you to answer objective questions. You can also utilize this information in your descriptive answer writing and sometimes to have a general idea like what is going on around in agriculture sector in India. So the four news that we're going to cover today is Center proposes ban on paraquat dichloride herbicide. So this is the name of herbicides, and at this moment it is banned in 70 plus countries, but in India we are still using it. Okay, so why the ban has been proposed, and a little bit background also we will understand of this herbicide. Okay, because sometime from current affairs static are made, so just very basic information, not too in depth, but we will understand. Then your LOA framework launch for sustainable high sea fisheries, why LOA framework is required, like why this approval is needed, or how it helps, we will talk about it. AI and agri startup to drive India's future agriculture growth. However, not that much of the information is given in this news, but there was a conclave that has happened, right? And finally, national workshop on foot and mouth disease, zoning and compartmentalization. What has happened, like about this news about food and माउथ डिजीज, वी विल टॉक अबाउट इट. ठीक है, अब पहला है कि प्रपोज करा अभी सेंटर ने बैन, हाउएवर इट इज नॉट बैंड येट. ओके, the government has asked all the stakeholders to submit objection by August 2026 if they feel like that should not be done. What are their what is their case that why it should not be banned? Okay, they can submit it by August 2026. Okay, now why has it been banned? It has been banned especially the risk over the human health. Okay, first okay, let's talk about this particular herbicide. Okay, so this is a non-selective contact herbicide. What does it mean? देखो, herbicides are of two type majorly, like broadly you can classify it into selective and non-selective. ठीक है, based on that which weed it is affecting. First of all, what is weed? Weed is simply the unwanted plant in the field. Okay, that is the weed. ठीक है, now selective herbicides, they work for a specific type of weed only, जैसे broadleaf weeds in the wheat etc. ठीक है, तो selective weeds can work on selective weeds या plants only, while non-selective is like when you spray that, whatever green plants are there all will die. ठीक है, अब if you're getting confused then ma'am how it is used, then the crop will also die, right? So basically it can be used as pre-emergence also. This herbicide pre-emergence means like before the seedling has emerged, whatever then weeds will be there in the field, it will just die. Okay, and it is a contact herbicide. Simply whenever it comes in contact with the plants, within few hours the plants it withers, it dies. ठीक है, तो ऐसे फंक्शन करते हैं, तो यूजुअली प्री इमरजेंस में यूज करते हैं, और इवन ड्यूरिंग the intercultural operation if it is used. So basically in rows, plants will be in rows, right? Plants are grown in rows, right? So in between the inter rows space, in there this particular herbicide it is sprayed. Okay, so this is how your plants don't die. Okay, now what happens? So this impacts the plant cell membrane, and within few hours of application the plant dies. Okay, it damages. Similar thing, but it do for the human cells also, the animal cell. If I'll give you a broader terminology, for animal cell also it do. Okay, so especially the major risk is at the farmer. If they, because this herbicide will be sprayed, right? So they can inhale it, right? They can come in touch, in contact with it, right? If all the supporting gears are not properly worn, right? And we know that in India the farmers, they don't go with proper equipments and then go for the pesticide application. No, they just go like that only. We know that 86% of Indian farmers are small and marginal. You can't expect them to have all the gears, to even to have the knowledge of that, right? So ये बहुत ज़्यादा हैम्पर करता है, इसलिए if you will see in lot of places where the agriculture is prominent, वहाँ पे कैंसर बहुत कॉमन होता है. महाराष्ट्र में कैंसर among the farmers, it is very common. It is because of these reason, the constant touch with the chemicals. ठीक है, इसके साथ साथ फॉर एग्जाम्पल कंज्यूमर में इट्स नॉट वेरी हाई थ्रेट, बट समटाइम इफ एनी रेसिड्यू ऑफ insecticide left, it can on in longer duration can impact the consumer, but not like majorly. Primarily the farmers are in touch with it and in danger, and also the animals, like for example in the field this paraquat has been sprayed. Okay, now what has happened, the rainfall happened or irrigation, whatever happens, now that has been mixed with the water in the nearby water body, animals will will drink it, right? So they also get impacted, they also their organs get damaged because of it, right? So it's very harmful. And India, if we talk about, it is used in tea, coffee, cotton, paddy, sugarcane, maize, rubber, इन सब के plantation में इसको use किया जाता है, grapes, wheat, ठीक है? For trees also it's very like very simple. अगर trees में अगर नीचे like there are grasses, right, that needs to be that need to be removed, तो उसके लिए आप ये जो herbicide उसको use कर सकते हो. अभी 70 प्लस कंट्रीज में इट इज बैंड, एंड इंडिया में कौन सा पैराकॉट डाइक्लोराइड का 24% सॉल्युबल लिक्विड इज used. What does it mean? That if 100% liquid is there, ठीक है, उस अगर 100 ml है तो 24 ml उसमें ये होगा, बाकी बचा हुआ कितना क्या है, the rest is your water or any solvent in which this chemical is mixed, ठीक है? तो इसका जो common name है that is paraquat dichloride, but definitely the trade name can be different. Basically which company formulation is your paraquat dichloride, but company they can sell with their own name, तो trade name can be different, ठीक है? जैसे paranex है, the name of this particular paraquat dichloride ये paranex नाम से है, एडमा का, ठीक है? तो लाइक इट कैन बी ऑफ डिफरेंट ट्रेड नेम, ठीक है? तो व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन कॉमन नेम एंड ट्रेड नेम? कॉमन नेम इज दैट केमिकल कॉम्पोजिशन, एंड ट्रेड नेम इज वॉट एवर ब्रांड नेम यू वांट टू गिव, बेसिकली ब्रांड नेम, ठीक है? इट इज यूज फॉर प्री प्लांट ट्रीटमेंट, प्री एमरजेंस ऑफ व्हाट, प्री एमरजेंस ऑफ द सीडलिंग, ठीक है? पोस्ट एमरजेंस हर्बिसाइड की तरह भी यूज होता है, हार्वेस्ट एंड पोस्ट हार्वेस्ट की तरह भी यूज होता है, ठीक है? इसका रिस्ट्रिक्टेड यूज मीन्स इट्स नॉट लाइक यू कैन ओपनली डोंट यूज फॉर होम फॉर रेसिडेंशियल पर्पस, ओके? यू यूज इट, इट इज अलाउड ओनली टू द फार्मर्स, ठीक है? उसके लिए यूज किया जाता है. तो अभी इसमें बैन प्रपोज किया है. नाउ व्हाट स्टेक होल्डर्स विल से, लाइक इट हैज नॉट बीन बैन येट, बट नाउ द टॉक्स ऑन इट हैज नाउ स्टार्टेड. Now coming to the second, letter of authorization has been given. In last news only we understood that how Odisha mission on fisheries has been established, right? Now to promote that, Vice President of India has launched a letter of authorization. Basically what will happen in this, now Odisha, see 95, 95% of population in Odisha, they consume seafood, okay? So we know how much market it has, okay? And currently only in the coastal region the fishermen they were catching the fish. Now under this the deep sea region will also be explored. See, when we say deep sea, we are not talking about vertically deep sea, we are talking about horizontally, like far off in the ocean, okay? What, because why we are going far off? Because there those species of fishes are the fishes they live which actually have good market rate, जैसे ट्यूना, जैसे ट्यूना एंड ट्यूना लाइक फिशेस, ठीक है? ट्यूना जो है काफी लाइक इट्स वेरी एक्सपेंसिव, नॉट वेरी वेरी एक्सपेंसिव, बट यस इट विल प्रोवाइड, इट विल फेच गुड रेट्स टू द फिशरमैन, ठीक है? इट इज फाउंड इन द डीपर एरियाज ऑफ द सीज, ठीक है? एंड ट्यूना लाइक फिशेस, ठीक है? तो अब फॉर दैट ओडिशा गवर्नमेंट हैज लॉन्च्ड अ मिशन, ठीक है? अब टू सपोर्ट दैट द वाइस प्रेसिडेंट हैज लॉन्च्ड लेटर ऑफ ऑथराइजेशन. बेसिकली दिस इज एक्चुअली नीडेड फॉर द वेसल्स टू गो डीप इनसाइड. अब देखो इन द डीपर पार्ट of the sea, ठीक है? The fishing is permitted, but there are some international laws, ठीक है? So to adhere by the law, this letter of authorization will be done. So under this a lot of things will be done. For example, जैसे vessels tracking can be done, ठीक है? And also it can be checked that over exploitation of the resources is not happening, right? That for example, apart from that, catching of fishes which are which are there for consumption, those can be catched, right? But it will be checked that if any illegal sort of poaching is not happening of other fishes, ठीक है? Which are endangered, or maybe which cannot be legally they can't be sold out, right? So all these things will be checked. And along with that, if, because sometime it might happen that the farmers they might go deeper, way deeper in the sea, and they might cross the international boundaries. So if there is proper record, right, we can show, and if they get caught by the navy, right, we can show them the proof that these vessels are approved by the government, and these are not these are simple fishermen who have lost their way inside the deep sea, ठीक है? तो इन सब रीजन से LOA framework will allow eligible Indian flagged fishing vessels, ठीक है, to undertake regulated fishing in the high seas with transparent and accountable manner. Why transparent accountable? Because we are talking about international rules, ठीक है? तो what will be done, जो इसमें जो vessel होंगी, and it's very important that vessels who are registered, though that registration is non transferable transferable, so that accountability can be maintained, so that no illegal thing can happen. ठीक है, vessel specific होगी, all the vessels which will go, they will be registered, they are non transferable. एंड रियल कार्ड जो फिशिंग ऐप है, ठीक है, उसमें पूरा ये रजिस्ट्रेशन होगा, ठीक है, एवरीथिंग विल बी ऑनलाइन, टाइम बाउंड एंड प्रॉपर ट्रैकिंग, सो दैट कैन बी डन. ठीक है, हाई वैल्यू, ठीक है, इनिशिएटिव विल हेल्प इंडियन फिशरीज एक्सेस हाई वैल्यू मरीन रिसोर्सेज, ट्यूना या ट्यूना लाइक फिशेस. ठीक है, इसके अलावा जैसे what is the catch limit, again over exploitation does not happen. ठीक है, by catch control, it is, I'm talking about that only, that some species which are endangered or cannot be sold like that without any permission, that is the catch control. FAD management, voyage reporting, again, ठीक है, all these things. Fisheries cooperative and FPOs will be given priorities, and Odisha deep fishing mission, that is going to go now for 10 years, aim to make Odisha a major deep sea fishing and export hub, and this letter of authorization will definitely help in that direction. Okay, there were some other important data that were mentioned over here. I would not recommend you to like by heart memorize this, but yes, you can read it once or twice, so that in descriptive answer writing, you can, even if not exact value, some you can mention some approximately value, right? For just fishery support, fishery sector supports approx 3 crore fish and fishermen, like these information you can do. ठीक है, नेक्स्ट इज अबाउट एआई एग्री स्टार्टअप. तो बेसिकली एक 17th एग्रीकल्चर लीडरशिप कॉन्क्लेव हुआ था, वहाँ पे लाइक दैट वाज ऑन द थीम फीडिंग द फ्यूचर. ओके, एंड दे टॉक्ड अबाउट दैट हाउ एआई इन एग्रीकल्चर हैज सिग्निफिकेंटली इम्प्रूव प्रोडक्ट. लाइक दीज आर द लाइन्स which you can add in descriptive writing. Sometimes when you read some line and when you're writing a descriptive answers, you can use these lines. ठीक है, AI in agriculture has significantly improved productivity, resource efficiency and farmer income. How productivity has been increased? Because now with weather forecasting, right, with drone surveys, right, where we can go for more better accuracy, real time advisories की वजह से, ठीक है, precision farming, resource mapping की वजह से, right, and with estimate potential value addition of around 70,000 crore to India's agriculture economy. Agri startups की बात करें, they are key to the future of farming and the next wave of India startup expected to emerge. ठीक है, then AI can also support predictive crop management, precision agriculture, water, weather based advisory, पेस्ट मैनेजमेंट, ठीक है, एफिशिएंट यूज, इन सब में हेल्प करता है. तो लाइक जेनेरिक इन्फॉर्मेशन थी, बट या दीज आर द लाइंस दैट यू कैन इंक्लूड इन योर आंसर्स. ठीक है, मिनिस्टर हाईलाइट द सक्सेस ऑफ CSIR अरोमा मिशन एंड पर्पल रिवॉल्यूशन, विच इज रिलेटेड टू व्हाट, इट इज रिलेटेड टू द लैवेंडर cultivation in Jammu Kashmir region. And after that, when it was successful, then the similar model it was then implemented in other hilly regions जैसे उत्तराखंड, हिमाचल प्रदेश, ठीक है, नागालैंड एंड अरुणाचल प्रदेश. ठीक है, एग्रीकल्चर इज ऑल्सो मीन गवर्नमेंट इज एमिंग टू गेट नेट जीरो बाय 2070, नेट जीरो इन टर्म्स ऑफ लाइक कार्बन. ठीक है, वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट कार्बन एमिशन. तो एम है 2070 तक वी विल बी नेट जीरो. ठीक है, तो उसमें भी एग्रीकल्चर का बहुत बड़ा रोल है, बिकॉज फॉर बायोफ्यूल्स the input that is needed, that is used from your agriculture sector only. ठीक है, कमिंग टू द लास्ट न्यू FMD. तो इसमें बस ये ज़्यादा, इसमें ज़्यादा आपको इन डिटेल करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. सिंपली आप ये समझो दैट फूड एंड माउथ डिजीज, इट इज़ अ डिजीज विच अफेक्ट बोवाइन. बोवाइन आपके क्या होते हैं, जैसे आपके कैटल्स हो गए, बफेलोज हो गए, शीप हो गए, गोट हो गए, पिग्स हो गए, दीज आर, ठीक है, तो इनको इफेक्ट करता है. ठीक है, देन बोवाइंस के साथ, ठीक है, आपके ये सबको. और इसके अलावा व्हाट यू नीड टू रिमेंबर दैट इट इज़ व्हाट, इट इज़ योर वायरल डिजीज. ठीक है, इसको याद रखना है दैट कॉजल ऑर्गेनिज्म इज अ वायरस. ठीक है, एंड द गवर्नमेंट इज एमिंग टू अचीव FMD फ्री स्टेटस बाय 2030. तो उसके लिए देर आर सम एप्स दैट हैव बीन लॉन्च, जैसे रेट माई लेबोरेटरी लैब. से बेसिकली व्हाट डज इट फ्री जोन एंड कंपार्टमेंट मीन्स, as per the international standards, we will take up areas and then we will make it FMD free. ठीक है, strengthen animal health system and enable safe domestic and international trade. ठीक है, तो उसके लिए rate my laboratory app. So this, in this particular app, the feedback can be given by the people for the veterinary hospitals that are there, so that it can be improved. Dairy Vikas portal, where tracking of the infrastructure or in dairy sector, जैसे जैसे cooling unit होती है, right, and storage unit होते हैं, इन सब का चेक किया जाएगा, so that infrastructure can be improved. Vidyapeeth portal and SOP on prevention and control mastitis and animals, mastitis it is a disorder. It's not a disease, but yeah, it's a disorder जिसमें कैल्शियम की कमी होती है बॉडी में, एंड बिकॉज ऑफ बैक्टीरियाज दिस this calcium deficiency, it fastens, and because of that the animal is not able to give milk, the body aches because the bones they become all weak and everything. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे अगेन सब कुछ दे रखा है, जो रेट माई लेबोरेटरी ऐप क्या करेगा, रियल टाइम यूजर फीडबैक देगा, ठीक है, विकास, ठीक है, विद्यापीठ पोर्टल क्या करेगा, आर्टिफिशियल इंसेमिनेशन ट्रेनिंग इंस्टीट्यूट है, मेटिस्टेट एसओपी, सो दैट वी कैन जो भी आपके जो सिस्टम ऑफ प्रोसीजर्स है उनको यूज करके टू टू कंट्रोल दिस, ठीक है, एंड द एम इज टू फॉलो द WAH स्टैंडर्ड जो हमारे इंटरनेशनल स्टैंडर्ड्स हैं, सो दैट वी कैन हैव अ प्रॉपर we can have a better environment for the animal husband, animals all are involved in animal husbandry, ठीक है, ये इंपॉर्टेंट इन्फॉर्मेशन है, आई वुड नॉट रिकमेंड यू टू स्किप, इसको आप थोड़ा देख सकते हो. लाइफ स्टॉक सेक्टर कॉन्ट्रीब्यूट्स अराउंड 31% टू एग्रीकल्चर GVA. इट्स एन इंपॉर्टेंट डेटा पॉइंट, एंड नियरली 5.5% टू इंडियाज टोटल GVA, ग्रॉस वैल्यू एडेड. अगर सिर्फ एग्रीकल्चर GVA की बात करें, ग्रॉस वैल्यू एडेड 31% contribution comes from livestock sector, and of overall India's total GVA उसका 5.5%, ठीक है, and FMD free we have want by 2030. 9 state have been identified on priority states of FMD, ठीक है, ठीक है. ये आपका ये ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है, ठीक है, इनको ध्यान रखना जरूरी है. एंड आपका जो NSP पॉजिटिविटी डिक्लाइन बाय, जो आपका ये इसकी बात हो रही है, जो आपका ये जो डिजीज है, ठीक है, फ्रॉम 16.6% to 7.8% in 2026, ठीक है. Now let's do some question number 1 is, in July the center proposed a ban on which herbicide due to human health concerns and poisoning incident. So here the correct answer is paraquat dichloride. Second, in July the LOA framework harnessing of fisheries in high seas were launched in which city, ठीक है, so it was launched in which city, basically for Odisha it is done, so even if you don't remember the city, आपको पता है ओडिशा में हुआ था, तो you should know भुवनेश्वर, ठीक है. According to July news, NSP positivity for FMD declined from, ठीक है, आपका जो cases थे of these FMD, that has declined from 16.6% to what level, important, that is your 7.8%. Question number 4, in July which digital platform was launched to monitor the bulk milk coolers, collection centers, ठीक है, for that we know Dairy Vikas portal has been launched. Now this is a homework question for you all. In July the Odisha, according to the news, the Odisha deep sea fishing mission aims to make Odisha major hub for which activity? Very simple, I hope you will be able to answer. That is all in this particular class. If you, for more such videos, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, and also you can join our Telegram channel to get the PDF of this and every lecture that we provide here on YouTube. Thank you for watching. All the very best for your exam. Thank you.